It's Madden NFL 22, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Titans, and it comes your way next.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, consistency in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And finding the tight end, Wilson. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Person. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles. Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Jameis to throw it. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Let's take it inside his own 40. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They go play action here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Carson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line. Got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital. Extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fighting his way through contact. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A second down throw for Winston. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Henry running right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Person. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Winston. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Working out of the gun, Winston. To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far, as we see here on your screen.
They may have to drop coverages there.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Henry again on second down. And running with power here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 98 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get this started up in Orchard Park, an AFC's matchup with the Jets in town to take on Buffalo. And this one, a one-point game at halftime. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And that one is at halftime as they lead the visiting Patriots in that ball game. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass there. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Jalen Darden, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. And meanwhile, for the Titans, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They run once more with Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Derrick Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 132 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On second down, here's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Brett Kern now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. $39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw taken in by Pascal. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
First and 10, Taylor now. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. On play action, Winston. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 5 now. Winston. It's brought in left side by Tate. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Forced out to it, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jameis Winston with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And this is back to an 8-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back now in Nashville. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. They'll set up to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
Taylor's got the first down and more. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
On first down, Taylor. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. 2nd and 9. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Let's go. And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Winston. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Harold Landry drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
This taken in at the goal line.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
But now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Second down and 7.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On third down, Henry. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Inside handoff here to Ricard.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
On second down now, it's Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Titans, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.